Welcome to the Essence of Life podcast, where we view life through the lens of learning rather than judging. We don't judge the moments of life as being good or bad. We simply look for the lessons in life and we learn them. And this is exactly what I do every day. I look for the lessons in life, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. They just hit me like, wow, oh my gosh, this is real. Okay, and I love God so much because every day He just continues to show Himself strong. And each time He does it, it just gives me a new love, a new passion for Him. And God has so much wisdom that He wants to teach us. There's nothing that God cannot teach you. And that's one of the things I can appreciate about my relationship with Him. It's because He just continually teaches me different lessons. And I enjoy them. I enjoy learning them. And I enjoy receiving divine insight from Him. So much so that I feel like I need to share it with most of us, all of us if I have to. Anyone who's willing to listen and take in the message. I want to take this opportunity to give a special shout out to my darling sister Chandel. Yes, Miss Barnard. She has been an encouragement as much as all of you have been as well. But this one is specifically for her because she was appreciative of it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to keep sharing it because of people who continue to appreciate it. So the knowledge is going to be there for you. If you want to use it, it's going to be right there for you. All right. So I know that we're in the festive season and I'm happy to see people are trying to at least try to have a good Christmas and try to bring some form of cheer and goodwill in this time, especially because of everything we've been through these past year and few months. So I felt like it was important for me to share this particular message with us because it's so easy for us to become distracted and consumed. So I wanted to share this one to help us prepare for this season. And 9 days to Christmas, I believe, is a very good time to do that, to let you know that, drum roll please, God created us to be vegan. Yeah, I said it. So to all the meat lovers out there who's looking forward to eat their pork and their ham and their turkey, same thing, whatever. Meat, you want to go on have a meaty Christmas? I just feel like I need to pop your bubble and let you know that I'm not coming at you and trying to attack you in any way. But I'm just going to give you some information here that is going to help you to make a good decision. Maybe you can make Christmas the last time, or maybe you can make other decisions that are going to be beneficial to you. But after everything we've been through, I think that we can safely say that none of us really wants to be sick anymore. And one of the ways to avoid being sick is to be careful with what we eat and to understand that in the beginning, I'm back in Genesis again, God definitely created us to be vegan. And where would I find the biblical evidence that God created us to be vegan? Right there in Genesis chapter 1, verses 29 to 30. It says, I love the Amplified Version. I'm getting into the Amplified Version a lot lately. It says, so God said, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed. Seed is very important. So if it's seedless, it ain't from God. And that is on the surface of the entire earth. And every tree which has fruit yielding seed, it shall be food for you. Now, other versions might say meat for you, but guess what? Meat actually means food. All right. And in verse 30, it says, and to all the animals on the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that moves on the ground, to everything in which there is the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. Again, God is reinforcing not just to us as humans, but even to the animals. He gave plants for food, and it was so because He commanded it. So God's initial creation plan for us was for us to be vegan. It's for us to actually eat plants, to have a full plant-based diet. All right, so this is what I want to share with us today. This is so important. And what does it really mean for you to be vegan? Guess what? It means that you just have a diet that is solely based on plants, and you do not eat foods that come from animals, including dairy products and eggs. All right, so that's what we needed to understand. And I'm sure quite a few of us understand what vegan means. And those of us who have not been vegans all our lives, and those of us, again, who are meat lovers, this might sound very difficult for us. But if we understand that whatever we put into our bodies, this is what our body is going to reflect. This is what our body is going to bring out. And that's what I love so much about my church, because every January we do something called the Daniel fast, which is for 3 weeks we only do a vegan diet. We only eat plants. All right, we eat things that are straight from the ground. They are not processed. They are raw. They are fresh. That's what we eat. And that is God's intentional plan. God gave Daniel that diet actually because of a specific reason as well. And yes, later down, after Noah and stuff, God did give them permission to, if they wanted to have some animals and stuff, because someone else, so where did the animals come from? But the key point I need you to remember here, that though the food chain has changed, God's initial plan for us were for us to be consumers of plants. In other words, in my layman modern terms, God created us to be vegan. So here's what I did to help us to understand a little bit better about the foods that we eat and how we can make a good decision. So you might not choose to be vegan. That might not be part of your New Year's resolution. But you should definitely use that as an opportunity for you to examine the foods that you put into your mouth. Because whatever you put into your mouth, that's what's going to come out. All right? In all sorts of ways. It's going to come out in your thighs, ladies. Maybe you want some more thighs, but you know, it's also going to come out in other places that you probably do not want. So the vegan diet will consist of things like your fruits and vegetables, your whole grain, including your rice, your oats, quinoa. Quinoa is a new favorite, cereals, bread, and so on. Then you have your beans, your peas, your soy. Then you have your nuts, your peanuts, your seeds, your nut butter, whichever one. Then you have herbs and spices. I love herbs and spices. When I cook, I just love them. And then you have the options for some vegetarians, because some vegetarians actually eat some dairy, but vegans don't even eat that. All right. Now let's compare that with what is considered to be a balanced diet. A balanced diet is pretty much the same, with one major difference, and that would be the balanced diet has a section called meat, fish, and other things like that. All right, that's not a part of a vegan diet. So what I'm saying to you is, if you compare the balanced diet with a vegan diet, it's still pretty much plant-based. It's still pretty much God's initial plan for us and what we consume and what we eat and what we feed our bodies. Okay, but the meat and the fish is something that is added. Now, I'm not saying to you that you should stop eating meat because God said to stop eating meat. I mean, sometimes we could just blow this up out of proportion. But I'm definitely saying to us that this Christmas season, when we tend to pig out, it's a good time for us to stick a pin, like we would say, and do some reflecting. What have I been eating all year? And what can I take, what steps can I take to eat differently on the way forward? Some of us have goals. We want to lose a certain amount of weight. Some of us already have certain things in our bodies where our bodies are telling us that we need to stop eating certain foods because it's creating illnesses in our bodies that could become permanent, that could become detrimental to us. So I'm going to just throw this out there for us to understand. What if you could change how you feel on a daily basis, your physical body? What if you could transform it completely by just understanding that we can eat certain foods and eat our way into becoming healthy, amazing individuals? This is going to be common knowledge. I'm sure those of you who listen, I know I need to eat healthy, but the question is, are you going to apply it? Because when you have the knowledge and it's just up there and it doesn't manifest like this is the new keyword for young people these days, manifest. If you do not apply it into your life, it's just up there taking up space in your brain. So, hope this episode can help you to form a part of your New Year's resolution, where you're going to make a decision that after everything we've been through, I cannot afford to be sick. I want to be making sure that I am consuming the right amounts of food that I need for my body to function in a healthy and optimum way, in a healthy and optimum manner. And knowing that my God that I serve, the creator of the universe and of all things, initially planned for me to eat vegan, initially planned for me to eat plants, then I need to sit down and set some ground rules about myself and what I'm going to do. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? C'est bon? C'est bon. Sounds good. So see you guys next time on the Essence of Life podcast. Hope you enjoyed this one, and always remember to share it. The word is getting out. People are connecting from all over the world, and this is exciting. Keep on sharing. God bless you, and season's greetings.